Um, this is going to be about Aaron Hernandez. A couple people have asked me about Aaron Hernandez, and I have been giving my thoughts on whether he is in on the NFL being fixed and why I don't think his punishment was because he didn't want to do what somebody said in the NFL and obtained a life sentence in jail for a double murder. But nonetheless, just so happens that he's back in the news because Bill Belichick is going to be called as a defensive witness. Now, before I play some of these videos, my last video I talked about uh, the coach relationships with the players and how some players are so affectionate about their coach to the tune of one player actually killed himself in front of his coach, but he went to the coach first and was like, "Thank you for helping me," and then he shot himself. So I'm going somewhere with this. So Bill Belichick and Aaron Hernandez had a close relationship. So they're calling him on his defense. Now they probably won't use him. They probably won't ask him any questions. They probably won't even he probably won't even come nowhere near the trial. But nonetheless, they just want him to be on that list. And it does a couple things. It lets the people who are trying to keep Hernandez in jail, the lawyers, question why is he even on that list and try to prepare for it if he's even called, which he won't be. And it does something for Hernandez if he is actually called, because it strengthens his character. Is what it does. Is so basically he is a character witness. Now, I'm not a lawyer, but a couple of things I've seen over and over again because the law is habitual. So let's listen to what some of these people are saying. There's a picture of Belichick right there, who never smiles. Okay, let's listen.
Former Patriots tight end Aaron Hernandez, already serving a life sentence without parole for a murder committed in June of 2013, faces double murder charges from a drive-by shooting that happened in July of 2012 in Boston. Jury selection is underway, and a name was added to the defense witness list on Wednesday, and that name, Patriots head coach Bill Belichick. Josh McDaniels, the offensive coordinator, already on the witness list for the trial. And here's how this works. Lawyers tend to list more names than they're ever going to call. And sometimes it is a grossly long laundry list of names. And part of that strategy is to conceal what your ultimate attack plan is in court. Because if you just list only the people you're actually going to call, it becomes more clear how you're going to try to navigate through the facts and weave together a theory as to why your position is the right position. You put a bunch of names there, it becomes a lot harder to figure out what is going to happen. So I don't know whether or not Bill Belichick is actually going to be a witness in the case. Lawyers tend to overlist their witnesses. And also, just when you're in jury selection, you want the jurors to hear all of the names, every name that potentially could come up at trial, to find out if they know them, if they're acquainted with them, if they'd be able to process any testimony from them impartially, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know whether this means we're going to have Bill Belichick grumbling into a microphone at trial involving Aaron Hernandez. We saw Robert Kraft, the Patriots owner, testify in the last murder case involving Aaron Hernandez. We could see Bill Belichick, we could see Josh McDaniels in this double murder case where opening statements are scheduled for next Wednesday. More PFT Live next.
Now, they did say Robert Kraft was there. Robert Kraft, the owner of the Pats. And if they call Robert Kraft, they have no problem calling Bill Belichick, and Bill Belichick will show up. What he'll say, will be all in support of Hernandez. Will will You will get no information on his private life. As far as Belichick knows, we all know that he's not much of a talker. He's very stout in what he says he means. Um, some people think Belichick is a cheater and a liar. That may be true for some instances in the NFL, but nonetheless, he's still a man of integrity, and he's still a man who is looked up to. So they may call him because he has such a strong presence, not only in the game of football, but just period. As far as a lot of those players are concerned, a lot of the other coaches look at Belichick with great respect, and so yeah. But here's my thing: he's already in jail for life, Hernandez. And this is just what this is just trying to get justice for the other murders that happened. They say that Hernandez was a gangster. You know what I mean? In the other videos, they talk about how he has, you know, tattoos on him, says no stopping, and then they even went into some of his phone calls that he has in jail. Because when you're in jail, they listen to all your phone calls, and they try to use those phone calls against him now as evidence. So, getting back to the original question, I am not sure Aaron Hernandez was in on the NFL being fixed. Let me say this. I'm not sure his punishment was because he did not want to cooperate with somebody in the NFL, or the way the NFL goes, or whatever he was supposed to do as a tight end, a receiver, so on and so forth. I don't get that vibe for this story. He may have knew that the NFL was fixed, but for this story, I think it's so personable that it is there's a lot more truth than fiction. That's what I'm saying. Are those people dead? Yes. Did he kill those people? I don't know. I wasn't there. But nonetheless, it is real. He's really in jail. He's really going to serve those sentences, not unless he has a chance at parole. Now, when we look at a chance at parole, we're looking at 25 to life. As far as what I'm concerned, I didn't hear them say he had 25 to life. So 25 to life, we all know that you can do your 25 years, or you can do actually less than if you get 25 to life, you can do actually less than 25 years and then come up for parole. Basically, for come up for rejection or just consideration. So you can go in there and do good time, do good 15 years, and then you can start being looked at as a person who has actually been in the system, and someone that they look at and say, hey, this is now a better person. They did a mandatory of such and such years. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. And now we're looking at considering them within the next so many years, actually letting them out on some type of uh, probationary system. I don't know. So, nonetheless, if Hernandez does get sentenced again for another life term, and the first life term was 25 to life, it's a good chance that he'll never see the light of day outside of you know of a prison. It's a good chance he's already in federal prison, though. I mean, the thing about federal prison is it's not 24-hour lockdown. That's the thing. State prison is 24-hour lockdown. Federal prison is not. I mean, he could be on some type of federal program that allows those guys to do more than just come outside and walk the yard. There's guys who go to work in the federal program because they're there for life. So if you lock them up like animals, they're going to act like it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not something that you want to do, because the more havoc that you cause them, the more havoc that they're going to cause you as a CO, so on and so forth. But I'm going to play another clip just to get a better understanding of what's going on here. And then I welcome any of you guys' questions. Once again, I'm not an attorney. I don't study law in depth as far as criminal law. I'm more of a I look into the law of healthcare. So I'm getting a degree in healthcare administration, and I like to study those laws. So you can ask me about those, and I'll go ahead and look into that and grab some of my books. But criminal law, I don't know too much about. Let's listen to another clip.
This event has not yet started. Please come back at the advertised start time.
Come on, Yahoo. See if they'll give me another clip here.
This event is
okay, so they're not giving me another clip here. All right, because it's on Yahoo is where I got it from, Yahoo News, and I wanted to hear more because they were going in depth about what actually happened.
I work in Cincinnati. I raised my kids in Cincinnati. I took care of my mom.
Now it's just a bunch of commercials. Okay, let me skip this ad and see if we can get some more. No. Okay, okay, so yeah, that's it for that right now. Anyways, so you guys go ahead and give me your thoughts, and thank you to my new subscribers. And yeah, the NFL is definitely fixed. Peace.